Good morning, everyone. I'm pleased to introduce my friend Grant Lyons from Bailey & Wood Financial Group, who came up here today to share with us some of the recent changes in FHA. Grant, thank you for coming up.
Thanks for having me.
Grant, I heard about these changes in FHA. I'm not really sure I understand. Is this a good thing for borrowers or a bad thing?
It's good. The majority of it is good.
Okay.
So the best and most exciting change is the drop in the mortgage insurance. So a portion of your payment that you make every month is called mortgage insurance. Whether you know it's in there or not, if you're on an FHA, you have it. So that factor has dropped by almost half. To give you an example of what that feels like, on a $150,000 loan, that's going to feel like $62 a month lower payment.
Nice.
So it's making those FHA mortgages that much more affordable.
Okay. Now, has FHA made any other changes?
They have. They've also increased their loan limit.
Oh, they have.
They
What's
have.
the new loan limit?
The new loan limit is $295,000 for a single family home, $295,500 if you want to dial it in a little bit more. So what that means is the old loan limit was about $271,000. So they've increased it by about $25,000. The whole thought process is FHA is trying to gain more market share away from conventional.
I guess I never thought of FHA and conventional as competitors.
They very much are,
Okay.
absolutely. So a few years back, FHA increased their mortgage insurance and really started to price them out of the market. So those top tier FHA borrowers were going towards conventional.
Okay.
Conventional started to grow, FHA started to hurt a little bit. So what FHA's done is lowered their MIP, their mortgage
Okay.
insurance, and then they've also increased that loan amount limit to gain some of that market share back from conventional.
So Grant, what are the FHA rates right now?
Well, rates, this time last year, we thought we'd be in the fives.
That's what we thought.
Luckily, we've had a few dips and we're back in the threes, the middle to high threes right now.
Fantastic.
So we don't know how long they're going to be there, but they're there now and we need to jump on them.
All right. So there is a sense of urgency about taking advantage of these rates and the lower MIP.
Absolutely.
What other changes are coming with, say, USDA?
USDA is changing their maps
Okay.
on the eligible areas. So
Now, why did they do that, Grant?
USDA is constantly trying to, as with FHA or conventional, trying to increase market share, increase their profitability. So that program is really geared towards developing rural areas. So it is geographically restricted. So there are maps. USDA has a map that says this area is eligible, this area is not. You can plug in a specific address. You can look at a broad area, and you can actually get to that map through our website.
Okay. So will you provide us with that information so we can get that out to all our offices?
Absolutely.
All right, that'd be great. Now, you told us all the good things that are happening with FHA. Are there any downsides to some of these changes that are happening?
There are. The good comes with the bad, obviously. So some of the more negative changes to FHA, which are going to come into effect in June, middle June. In the past, we've been able to kind of overlook deferred student loans. If they were deferred for more than 12 months, we didn't have to include them in our debt ratios,
Okay.
which allowed a lot of people to purchase homes.
All right.
As of June 15th, I'm going to have to start including those debts in that borrower's debt ratio. That borrower can do one of two things. They can come to me with a payment letter of what that payment is going to be after it's deferred, or I can take 2% of that loan balance and include that in their debt ratio.
All right. So if we have people with student loans, it would behoove us to do something before June 15th.
Absolutely.
Okay, great. So we've got new USDA eligibility maps, we've got new MIP for FHA, and new loan limits. Tell us a little bit about some of the changes that are coming down the pike with conventional.
Sure. So conventional has a new appraisal process called collateral underwriter, and that is an automated system that is really going to be the first level of an underwriting of an appraisal.
Okay.
Because it is automated, there's no human element to that. It's going to cause issues.
Okay.
So if there is a mistake somewhere in that appraisal, if something isn't jiving quite right, it's going to be up to that lender to make those corrections, run it through the collateral underwriter again, and really to fix that problem. So depending on your lender, that could take time.
That's just conventional, not FHA.
That's just conventional.
FHA is sounding more and more appealing, isn't it, Grant?
It is.
Well, thank you for listening to our little video spot here this morning. I think what Grant is thinking is we need to go through our databases, find those people that we have who maybe are thinking about renting, and help them to realize the dream of homeownership, which should be more affordable now than it will be maybe in the future, right?
Yeah, right on the money.
All right. Thank you very much for tuning in.